What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about the Winnipeg Jets' best player, Connor Hellebuyck. Hellebuyck had a bit of a chip on his shoulder from last offseason. The big narrative was, oh, teams don't need Connor Hellebuyck to win a Stanley Cup, like the Devils, like the Hurricanes, even the Leafs brought up at some point, right? And now look at those teams. Go look at their goaltending situation and their problems and what they're looking for at the deadline. They need a goaltender. This is a guy that they could have had in the offseason that they just refused to pay up for. And now he's showing the entire league and all of those GMs that passed up on him that was a big mistake. Connor Hellebuyck will be your Vezina winner this season. Spoiler alert, he's running away with that trophy this season. He has 39 games played. Out of those 39, he has 26 wins, 3 shutouts, a 2.13 goals against average. I want that to sink in. A 2.13 goals against average and a .927 save percentage. Connor Hellebuyck will be your Vezina winner. I assure you that. Now let's just take a look at the league. Here are the top 5 in goals against. Connor Hellebuyck at the top with a 2.13. Behind him is Joey Daccord with a 2.33, so he leads in that stat. And now if we look at save percentage leaders, if you're guessing that Connor Hellebuyck's going to be number 1, you're correct with a 9.27, and you see the guys behind him there. But Hellebuyck leading in both goals against average and save percentage to this point in the season is pretty ridiculous. Now if that's not enough for you, here's a tweet from Nick Lynham, great Twitter follow, go check him out. He says, "I'd like to say thank you to all the NHL execs and media for pushing the narrative that teams didn't need Connor Hellebuyck last summer, adding another chip to his shoulder. Like I said earlier on, Hellebuyck is a man on a mission this year." If we look at the stats that Nick posted here, 26, 10, and 3 record, pretty damn good. Save percentage at a 9.27, just like I mentioned, 27 quality starts. That is unbelievable. 27 games where he's allowed 2 goals or less. That is super impressive. At 28.8 goals scored above expectations, and then allowed 3 or under in 35 of his last 36 games. 31 of those last 35 have come in his last 31 games at the time of recording this. He's gone 31 straight games allowing 3 goals or less. What else can you ask for from the guy? Connor Hellebuyck is that dude. He's going to win the Vezina, but I do wonder, could he win the Hart? The Hart Trophy, if you don't know, if you live under a rock, is league MVP for that season. And, you're going to see guys at the top like Nathan MacKinnon, Connor McDavid, Nikita Kucherov, who are all having exceptional seasons and lighting the league on fire. But goaltenders often get overlooked in the Hart Trophy race, with a few exceptions. Of course, Carey Price had that fantastic season a few years ago, and he ended up winning the Hart Trophy. However, I think that in this situation, Connor Hellebuyck is getting overshadowed a little bit, and I think it's, very undeserving. This guy has been the best goaltender in the league this year, bar none, but no one's matching him anywhere close. And I think he deserves to at least get some consideration for the Hart this season. I know there's going to be a lot of people that disagree with that, but if you watch Connor Hellebuyck play, he is an X factor. He is the ultimate X factor in the league right now, because even with the Jets struggling to score goals, they've kind of come out of that funk as of late. Even with them, maybe not being as offensively consistent as you would like them to be, with him in net, if you score, 2 or 3 goals, you're pretty much guaranteed a win 9 times out of 10, or at least a point. Now I see a lot of fans from other teams and, even NHL executives saying, the Jets are a really good team, but they're not true contenders because they don't have that bona fide star like the Oilers have in Connor McDavid. They don't have that X-factor player like the Tampa Bay Lightning do with Nikita Kucherov, like Colorado when they have Nathan MacKinnon and, Mikko Rantanen. But just like they've been doing for the last, maybe calendar year or so, they're overlooking Connor Hellebuyck. Hellebuyck is the game changer in the NHL. I've shown you the stats. If you're not convinced already, I don't know what to tell you. This is the most consistently elite goaltender in the NHL right now, and I don't see really any signs of stopping. He's got a legit backup this season. He doesn't need to play, 65 to 70 games a year anymore, so he's going to be rested for playoff time. Last playoffs, he looked tired. He was out of gas. That was just the first round, right? Dave Riddick was incapable of being a backup goaltender last year. He was awful last season, and the Jets couldn't trust him. They could not play him, so they had to play Hellebuyck, on back-to-back nights sometimes. Sometimes, 3 games in 4 nights. This year, Hellebuyck has a little bit more days off. He's able to perfect his craft, and every single game that he's been put into this season, he looks incredible. This is a graphic posted by the NHL Stats Department for the longest streaks allowing 3 goals against or fewer in a single season in NHL history. Connor Hellebuyck, at the time that this graph was posted, had 30, he now has 31, and in front of him was Marty Brodeur. You might know that guy. Now, since this graphic has been posted, Connor Hellebuyck has tied Martin Brodeur with 31 straight games, and if you look at the guys that he's trying to catch here, he's not too far off. I mean, in Hellebuyck's next 5 appearances, he could be tied with Mika Kiprasov. That was an incredible run, and Mika is one of the best of all time. Maybe Hellebuyck even goes crazy and beats Tiny Thompson's record from the 1920s, right? Maybe he goes crazy and he leads the stat at the end of the season. I don't know. That'd be very impressive. But right now, Connor Hellebuyck's doing what very few goaltenders in NHL history have ever done. He's posting numbers that are scarcely recorded in NHL history. He's putting up numbers that really aren't obtainable. He's playing out of his mind right now, the clear-cut Vezina favorite, and if he doesn't get Hart votes, I'm disgusted. Now with this video, I know Connor Hellebuyck probably not going to win the Hart Trophy because he's a goaltender, and there are skaters in the league right now that are immensely popular, like Connor McDavid, Nikita Kucherov, Nathan MacKinnon. Those guys right now, I think, all have better chances of winning the Hart Trophy because they are skaters. Those guys are incredible, they're putting up big points, but I don't think they're doing anything as impressive as Connor Hellebuyck is doing right now. And I don't think enough people are appreciating what Connor Hellebuyck is doing and the impact that he's having on not only the Jets, but with the league in general. And he's one of the best players in the NHL, not getting his flowers, and I think it's a big reason why, people, fans, executives are underrating the Jets this year, because they're not taking into account how incredible Connor Hellebuyck has been this year. They've looked at his numbers the past few seasons, and they've been really, really, really good. Vezina caliber numbers pretty much throughout his entire career. But this season is special, and he is running away with not only the Vezina Trophy, but I think he's, going to get Hart votes. I think it'd be crazy if he didn't. And, I don't think he's going to win it. Don't accuse me of that. Don't go in the comments and be like, there's no way he's winning. I don't think he's going to win. But I do think that he will make quite a run, and I think he will be in the top 3 for that award. If he continues playing like this for the rest of the season, I think he deserves to win the Hart Trophy. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think there's anybody more important in the NHL right now to their team than Connor Hellebuyck. There are dudes in the league that are going to put up 130, 140, 150 plus points per season every single year. And we expect that. And those guys are the elite of the elite, and they deserve to be talked about for the Hart Trophy because of their play, because of how incredible they are. But that happens every season. Connor Hellebuyck's doing something, as a goaltender that really isn't done that often, and that is, be that guy consistently elite for the entire season. And, his stats say it all. He's leading the league in so many categories, and by a long shot. He's the Vezina favorite, no doubt. I'm certain he'll get Hart votes. I don't know if he'll win it, but I think that he should at least be considered for sure for it. But at the end of the day, none of that really matters to Connor Hellebuyck.
What is the next lofty goal that you set for yourself that you need to take down?
Well, now the only one that matters is the Stanley Cup. I'd love to win another Vezina. That would be great, but, it's time.